Javier, I want to start with a multiple choice question for you. In No Country for Old Men, how many people do you kill? A, 8, B, 10, C, 13, D, 15.
13.
How do you know? You're exactly right. Did you count?
No, but it was, that the day I finished, they put a chocolate cake, and instead of candles, they put the photographs of the 13 people I killed.
That is
fantastic. That was a fantastic idea of Jane, the makeup artist, and that was fun.
So after blowing them away, you blew the candles out.
Exactly.
Right, that's actually very appropriate.
Do you know where I'm going?
Yeah, I know where you're going.
All right.
You know she won't be there.
It doesn't make any difference where she is.
So what are you going up there for?
You know how this is gonna turn out, don't you?
Nope.
I think you do.
Your first murder in the movie is one of the most memorable, where you're kind of choking this police officer with a handcuff chain. And one of the things that's so memorable about it is the look on your face. Mm-hmm. When you were seeing the film for the first time and you saw your own facial expression, did you freak yourself out? Was it the kind of expression that you thought you were making? I mean, it's so intense. How did it look compared to how you thought it would be?
It came out of the blue, actually, because the Coens and I would talk about what kind of a feeling does he have in this moment, because in the book, that first killing is kind of a challenging proof to himself. He's in a bar, there are some guys molesting, there are some kids, he has a fight with one of them, and then they start to get really annoying, and he said to one of the guys, let's go outside and have a chat. And he kills that little kid, and he lets himself to be captured by the police because he wants to prove himself he can really escape out of that. So having in mind that that's not in the movie, I want to have that thought of him, because that will give you a pace, a rhythm of saying, okay, I just want to try if I can really escape out of this. So the look came out of the need of finding that, yes, I'm able to do it, and the pleasure of doing it for himself.
Yeah.
So that's how insane he is.
It's quite an introduction to the character.
You bring me the money and I let her go. Otherwise, she's accountable. The same as you. That's the best deal you're gonna get. I won't tell you you can save yourself, because you can't.
The physical look of the character is also something that's so unique. Not only his expressions, but how pale his skin is, and also, of course, the hair. How did you and the Coen brothers come up with how Chigurh would look? Was that also in the book?
No, that was the point. That the book is beautifully described by Cormac McCarthy. His whole philosophical, emotional, if there is any emotion, and intellectual life. But the only physical description that he does is his blue lapis eyes, which are not my eyes. And we talk about the possibility of having contact lens. We thought it wasn't a good idea, and we tried to capture what those blue lapis eyes should mean, which is calmness kind of thing. So we tried to look for this kind of stare where it's kind of a shark when he's attacking, like he goes blind, which is kind of weird and uncomfortable to watch. And the pale thing and the whole haircut is trying to make him look like insane in somehow, like he doesn't, you don't really know where he belongs to. He comes from out of nowhere, he goes to nowhere, and there's something uncomfortable to see in him that you don't really know what it is, but the whole elements, little by little, create a whole spectrum, more kind of a ghost rather than a human being.
Did you get sick of that hair on your head for 3 months?
Yeah, it was, because that hair was mine, so it's not a wig, so I have to wake up every day and face the reality of that.
You have a great scene that takes place inside a gas station where you and the desk clerk, and the dialogue is so fantastic, it almost plays like a comedy routine in some ways.
How much?
69 cents.
And the gas?
Y'all getting any rain up your way?
What way would that be?
I seen you was from Dallas.
What business is it of yours? Where I'm from? Friendo?
When you were filming that scene, was it hard to remember that dialogue because it was so intricate, or was it fun to do?
It was my most difficult day, I have to say, because there was a 6 pages long scene with back to back with an actor that he's tremendous and he's great what he does. He actually reminds me one thing that it's true. When you have to play a king, don't pretend to be a king and make sure that people see you as a king. And in this case, when you play Sugar, don't try to be scary. Make sure that the other actors watch you and he's scared of. And that's exactly what he does. He does an amazing job about being really overtaken by the fear. And because of that, my character also is quite scary.
I didn't mean nothing by it.
Didn't mean nothing.
If you don't want to accept that, I don't know what else I can do for you.
We took a whole day to shoot that scene, and I had fun. I finally started to have fun with it because I was very nervous about the fact that it's a very fast dialogue. Fast, even if there's a pauses there, but kind of man-to-man dialogue with a hard American accent on his side, and me trying to get rid of my accent. So it was kind of, but the coins put it together brilliantly, I think.
What's the most you ever lost on a coin toss?
I don't know. I couldn't say.
Call it.
How much would you say you did play the humor? Because there are so many aspects of your performance that are funny, and that's what's almost the scariest part about the character.
The humor is on the book and it was on the script, but it was, I talked to the Coens and of course you see a little room here, a little room there to make something goofy or something funnier, to stress one word or one pause that will make it funnier.
Call it.
Yes.
For what?
Just call it.
But I choose not to do anything of that because I knew that the Coens will do that for me. And they did it brilliantly. And because I was the first one surprised when I first saw the movie together. Like, wow, that's funny. And I wasn't playing it funny. It's because the way they portray it and they put it together, that makes it funny.
Well, we need to know what we're calling it for here.
You need to call it. I can't call it for you. Well, it wouldn't be fair.
I didn't put nothing up.
Yes, you did. You've been putting it up your whole life. You just didn't know it.
Well, look, I need to know what I stand to win.
Everything.
How's that?
You stand to win everything. Call it.
The Coen brothers, starting with their last movie, The Lady Killers, now they both take director credits. It used to be that just Joel was the official director and Ethan was the producer, but now they're both credited as directors. So who's better?
Who's better? I cannot say that. They will kill me. The other one will kill me. It's amazing because they are, I mean, they complement each other. Of course you wonder, wow, if it's difficult to have a relationship with the director sometimes, what about two? That can be insane. Not for a second you have the sensation of dealing with two people. It's like they complement so brilliantly with each other. There's no argue, there's no contradiction. I guess they will go back home and they will fight with each other, but on set, they behave. Wow. So it's really like talking to one person, really, always.
There's so much of the film that you weren't around for because there's a lot of scenes that you're not in, there's other plot lines going on. Now that you've seen the film a couple of times, is there a particular performance that you really like of somebody else's that makes you laugh?
I think they are all brilliant. That's one of the things that the Coens, I have to say that the Coens for me, before working with them, was my top priority because I was hit by Blood Simple, and because they are really great in creating characters and situations, and the way they portrayed it is brilliant. And this is the case where you can tell that every performance is very well taken care of, and all of them are doing their best. I can't choose, but the lady in the parking lot, I mean, when I see it, every time I go laughing.
In the trailer park.
Yeah, when I don't know if it is the trailer park. Yeah,
she's genius.
She's funny and she's great and she's scary. She's even more scary than Shigar.
Right. She's the only one
because
that
the way she play it is like, oh my God.
Yeah, she flips him out, which is kind of rare.
Yes, sir.
I'm looking for Llewellyn Moss.
Did you go up to his trailer?
Yes, I did.
Well, I'd say he's at work. Do you want to leave a message?
Where does he work?
I can't say.
Where does he work?
Sir, I ain't at liberty to give out no information about our residents.
Where does he work?
Did you not hear me? We can't give out no information.
It's fascinating because I saw this movie months ago for the first time, and I took it very literally, and I liked it a lot. And then I saw it again last night for a second time and really went in treating it more like an allegory, like it represented something else. And I got so much more out of it the second time, I think, because of that. What do you think a movie audience should know about this movie before they see it in order for them to appreciate it the most?
I think there is as I see it, I don't know if the Coens see it the same way or not, but as I see it, and one of the reasons why I want to do it, beyond working with the Coens, of course, is there's a statement behind it. Of course, there's violence, and it's very well described and very well made, but there's a guy there, Tommy Lee Jones' character, who's making himself a lot of questions that we should all answer by ourselves about how do we relate to the violence these days, which is completely nonsense and unstoppable, and it's created out of fear and based on the wrong idea that violence solves things. Violence is a good use to fix things and situations, which is impossible. It's absurd because that creates more violence. And I always saw my character as a reaction, as a logical reaction to others' characters' violent actions, which is you call for violence, here comes violence, which is my character. Say, here I am. What do you want? Do you call for me? So now you're going to feel what violence is.
It's fascinating because I've been looking at all of the people who could possibly be nominated for an Oscar. You probably hate all this, but so many of the people who really are at the forefront in the acting categories this year are from other countries. There's yourself, there's Cate Blanchett, there's Marion Cotillard, Julie Christie, Daniel Day-Lewis. There's a decent chance that for the first time in over 40 years, all four of the acting Oscars could be won by people who aren't from America this year. Does that make you happy that people from all over the world are having such a great impact on American film?
I think it only happens here. That's a good thing. It's true that they give you a chance, and if you are able to really get the chance and work hard, you can do it. And that's true. The American dream or whatever, but that's true. There are some other things that I basically don't like about that, but that is true. And here in the States is where a lot of people from all over the world gather together in order to try to make good movies, which is also the only place on earth. So because people from all over the world comes here to try to meet with each other and do something together. So it's logical that this thing could happen.